0, 1. Let's get started.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's the Lifestyle Mom, and we are here with another real estate video. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to my channel so that you guys are updated when I post these videos. This is the 5th episode of my real estate series. I did take a week off last week. There wasn't an updated real estate episode. I apologize. We have been so sick and it just keeps going around, and then I'm pretty sure I had strep throat. I'm really trying to have these episodes posted on Mondays by 5 o'clock. So make sure you guys stay tuned, because I know last week I did take a week off. The week before that, my video came out on Thursday, but I am going to try to get back on track now that I'm recovering and feeling better. So make sure you guys stay tuned to this. We are like halfway through this home buying process. So make sure you guys are sticking through, and make sure you guys are watching the videos from like the first episode in order till now. A little recap of the last 4 episodes where we discussed creating and knowing our budget, working on our credit, finding down payment assistance, and saving up for a down payment and our closing costs. Last week I explained it. Now it's getting real. We are now in our home buying process. We talked about lenders. We talked about how to find them, what to ask for, how to obtain our pre-approval. We are ready to start searching for homes officially at this point. This is where a lot of people get stuck in the home buying process, because no one's there to really hold your hand through it, to kind of tell you in the beginning parts, all right, like this is what we do now. Unless you already have a realtor or you know a realtor. People don't know how to search for homes. People don't know how to set up showings. People don't know how to talk to sellers in a way that's going to benefit them, like in a way that's not going to hurt them. Because there are realtors like me, I am here to explain how this whole process works. Hopefully I'm making sense when I'm explaining all this. I have my notes down here. I'm sorry, I have to be looking at them. I will walk you through the whole home buying process. That's why I said watch my videos from video 1 to this would be the 5th video. It goes in order of kind of like how you want to start the process. Let's back up a little bit. How do we find a realtor? Okay, how do we hire a realtor? How do we find a realtor? How do we pay for a realtor? Okay, a lot of people don't know that, and I think that because we sell high price ticketed items, homes essentially, I feel like people think that they just have to fork out a ton of money in order for us to work for them. And actually, like, that's kind of like the opposite. And like I said, we're talking from a buyer's perspective. So what if I told you that, like, me as your realtor, you wouldn't even have to pay me. You wouldn't specifically, technically, kinda. If I told you that, I mean, like, you'd be like, what? But yes, we try to get the sellers to pay our commission. That's just like kind of how it works. Basically, when you hire me, it's my fiduciary that I advocate the best I can for you as a buyer, and as my client. Your best interest is my best interest, and I'm here to make you as happy as I possibly can legally. But yes, we do ask for the commission paid for by the sellers. Typically, a seller will pay like between 5 and 6% commission. All of that doesn't just go to me. The seller's agent receives half of that, and then the buyer's agent receives half of that. Our individual commission would be 3% if you're on a 6% commission. I hope I'm making sense, but yeah, the sellers will pay the commission. They typically will pay 6% is common, and they'll split it, so 3% to listing agent, 3% to the buyer's agent. All commission is negotiable. Oh my gosh, that is very tongue twistery for me. Before we even talk about finding a realtor, I want to explain the benefits of having a realtor. 90% of buyers and sellers hire realtors, which is actually really good. I kind of thought it would be a little bit less than that, but when I was looking it up and doing my research, I thought that that was amazing. Because we are talking about like buying a home, I'm just kind of explaining the benefits of having a buyer's agent. If you are planning on selling your home or thinking about selling your home, I also recommend hiring an agent to help you list your home. Just for the series purposes, we're just going to be explaining the benefits of having a buyer's agent, because I really can make this video go on and on and on. We'll just get into benefits. I got a few of them. One, we have the market knowledge. Most of real estate agents are going to have knowledge in the market. If you're a real estate agent, you should be studying the market. And I know I'm not speaking for every realtor, but I'm speaking for the best realtors. We can really provide you accurate info about certain areas of the market. We also provide, this would be my second reason, we also provide an unbiased perspective, so that in all will help you find properties that is more custom made to your wants and needs, and also making sure that you're staying within your budget, because we can always look at things that we want and need, but sometimes the things that we want and need are way overpriced or over budget for what we can actually afford, and that's okay. Another perk of having us agents hiring us agents as a representative for you is that you have access to our MLS system, so our multiple listing service. This system is the most accurate home search website, and it's kind of like Zillow and Realtor, but it's for agents, and it has a lot of accurate information. It can also inform us about specific properties that fit our criteria. The biggest reason that you should hire a realtor is because we are your biggest advocate. We help you make a competitive winning offer and also can negotiate purchase terms on your behalf. That is what we're trained to do. We are specifically trained to do negotiations. That is our job, you guys. We're here to do that and advocate that for you. Honestly, I love what I do. I love being a realtor. I wish I had more experience in it. I've only sold one house so far, but I've done so much studying. I study all the time. I go to constant classes. I'm always watching YouTube videos. It's crazy. But moving people into their dream homes is like something that I dream of doing, and I am doing it. I did it, and it was the most amazing feeling I ever had. And I also just bought my first home ever, so it's just like a good feeling just to have them. Now I'm going to show you how we are going to be able to find one. What I like to do is I like to look at my friends and my family. So do you have any friends or family that are an agent, or do you know anybody that, like a friends or family that have recently bought or sold a home that has used a realtor? You can always see if they recommend using their realtor. A lot of times they are going to, unless they've had a complete horrible experience. Sometimes that happens. I mean, I can't say that it never happens, because it does. And if you don't have any friends or family that are a realtor, or that know a realtor, can find you a realtor, then you can go searching online. There are tons of websites that you can go to. You can honestly just go on Realtor or just Zillow, and then whatever you're interested in, if you click on whatever button that says I'm interested, and fill out your information, you'll get hundreds of calls from realtors. And it's not going to be me, because I don't call from Zillow or anything. I try to do my stuff organically. I'm trying to figure out just my own stuff right now. I recommend, just like I said, with a lender, that the best thing to do, you're going to want to hire a realtor by also interviewing, 4 to 5 of them, and you want to kind of get a vibe from them. So you really want to be able to talk to your realtor about anything good or bad, and not feel bad about hurting their feelings, because this is our job. And we are here to make sure that we're not hurting your feelings and making sure that you are getting everything that you need in your home. I recommend starting with like 4 or 5 realtors at first. If that's too overwhelming, you can start with just like a couple, like 2 or 3. But this will be your interviewing phase. Even if you know them personally, you still want to do this interviewing phase. There are important things that you should know when hiring, because you know you are hiring somebody who is going to be involved in one of the biggest purchases of your life. Once you have a list of realtors that you really like, you're gonna want to ask some basic questions. So you're gonna obviously call them, or you're gonna email them, and you're gonna ask you some questions, and I'll give you a few questions that, like examples of some questions that you can ask that I would ask. So the first question would be obviously like, what type of services can you provide me? You really want them to be super specific with that answer. You want them to explain everything that I explained to you as what a realtor should, why you should have a realtor, because we are here for you every step of the process, including home search, setting everything up, and all of that. You want a realtor to be able to explain that they are going to be there for you 100% of the way, and be able to explain it in detail. Another question that you could ask your realtor is, how well do you know the market that I am searching in? That is a good question. You want to know, I mean, it doesn't really determine anything. Realtors, if they're really good realtors, they're going to do the research, but it's also a little bit reassuring if they already know the market and they know the area a little bit. So you just kind of want to get just a little bit of insight on how well they know the market in that area. Another thing too is, because we are first-time home buyers, we are gonna ask, like, have you ever worked with a first-time home buyer before? Like, is this gonna be the first one? How many do you do? Do you specialize in this? You can ask that in many ways. Like, do you work with first-time home buyers? As simple as that. Another really good question is, do you recommend any other service providers when needed? As in, like, any kind of maintenance numbers, plumbing, mold, any mold remediation, water remediation, just like anything. Do they have like a list of contacts that you could ask them for? And then the last one that I would ask is, like, do you have any testimonials? Even like if I am a first time, like I just sold my first house, so I don't really have any testimonials besides one. But if anybody asked me that, I would probably come up with a really good answer, because I don't really have that many testimonials. But I would come up with a really good answer as to why I'm a really good agent and I could get you the best deal. You can also ask, you know, how long have you been an agent for? It's not like a secret. But honestly, it isn't going to matter how long that they are an agent for, as long as they are a good agent and they study and they know what they're doing and advocate for your best interest. You'll be fine. By the time you ask these questions, you probably will already have, like, you know, a feeling of who you're going to choose based on the vibe that you get by asking these questions. Because, you know, if you have 5 of these questions, they're going to take some time for you to answer. So you guys can get to kind of know each other. By answering these questions, you can kind of get a vibe based on like who this person is. I can tell you that, like, I loved our realtor. She's the one who even got me into this in the first place. She's the one who inspired me to be a realtor myself. But I also knew that, like, if I had any questions, that I could text her at any time of the day and she would eventually, like, in detail explain or call me the next day, because I would always message her so late at night. But I feel really bad for doing that. I'm so sorry if you're watching this, but I was really worried, and I get it. I understand. That's why I want to work with first-time home buyers, because I have a guide and everything for first-time home buyers, just to kind of make people at ease when they get into this home buying process, because I know Matt and I were so stressed. We make great friends, so it's really good to, you know, keep in touch with your realtor if you are like really interested in hiring a realtor, and then you do hire a realtor and you end up like loving them. You're gonna want to keep their information and keep in contact, because what if you're gonna need them in the future? So once you pick who you're going to hire, you're going to jump right into this home search. You're going to actually be signing a couple things before you start the home search. So you'll have a few contracts that you have to sign with you and the realtor. I mean, I know in Michigan, that's how we are. That explains like our relationship between each other. And these contracts will officially be you hiring your realtor. So once you went through that process of your contract signing and explaining all of that and discussed and signed all the contracts, you can now officially start looking for homes and go inside homes and start doing showings. Your realtor should have a list of questions for you just to get like basic info on what you're looking for in a home. For instance, like how many bedrooms are you looking for? Do you prefer a finished basement? Do you prefer a garage? How many bathrooms? Does an HOA matter? Where do you want to live? Like that's like the best question. That should be number one. And we gather all of this info and then we do our research and begin to make a list of properties that fit these criterias that are on this list. And then this is where we begin your home search, you guys. At this point, you're getting really close to actually becoming a homeowner. Like so close, you guys. The one step next is like finding a home and making an offer. So we're in the home search process though. So this home search process could take, it could take a couple days. It could take the first time you guys go looking, or it could take months. Before we get too far into the home search of this whole thing, this video is just explaining on how to hire a realtor. Hopefully I explained it very well. The next video is going to be in detail all about the home search and the process of what you're going to be doing while you're doing a home search and the websites and all of that. Make sure you guys stay tuned and make sure you guys subscribe to this channel and click that bell for notification. If you haven't watched the last 4 episodes, you're gonna want to pause. I mean, obviously you've already watched this whole video if you're right here, but you're gonna want to watch 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in that order, guys. You're gonna want to watch it in order because it's just gonna make sense if it's all in order from 1 to 5 and so forth, so on. All of these videos are gonna help you successfully buy your first home. I hope it does. I don't know if anybody is actually using my videos and going through the process. I really hope you are. If you're in Michigan, hit me up because I'll be your realtor for real. If you're in the process of buying a home and you're watching this, comment the house emoji. If you're watching this because you're dreaming, that's okay. Yeah, like if you're actually in the process, in the actual home search process, you have a realtor, you're about to hire a realtor, anything, okay? Make sure, leave a house emoji, drop a house emoji. If you're watching this because, if you're watching this and you dream of one day owning a home, or you're thinking about owning a home one day, or, in the near future, you're going to own a home one day, drop a little hand raise emoji. And I just want to know who is watching and who is like in the process and who is about to be in the process. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel because there's going to be a ton more content of real estate. And if you guys have any questions, like if you guys have any ideas of any real estate videos that you guys want to see, or just any regular videos that you guys want to see on my YouTube, make sure you guys comment that too, because we are going full out making content everywhere. Make sure you guys go to my Facebook too and subscribe there. Not even subscribe, just be my friend. I don't even have subscriptions, so you can't even subscribe if you wanted to, but just make sure you be my friend. I don't know, follow me. But I can't wait for next week to talk about the home search process with you guys. I'm going to make sure that I do not have these videos up any later than Monday before 5 or after 5. So I apologize for being so sick. I'm sure you guys can hear it in my voice. I'm just still trying to recover. The whole house got it. Like, the whole house got it. we got it. I got it first, and then the kids started getting it, and then Matt got it, and then I feel like the kids got it again. I got strep throat. It's just like was a never ending thing. So hopefully we're getting better, and we have been cleaning the whole house from top to bottom every single day. Matt has been home a lot more with me, so it's just been a crazy couple weeks. So thank you guys for bearing with me and waiting for these vlogs. I really hope that you guys are watching these videos. I hope I'm making sense in the videos. If I'm not making sense, I wouldn't be posting them online, and I'm sure I'm editing them to make them look better. So make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to my channel. Comment hi. Comment if you want to talk to me. I don't know. Hi, guys. But make sure you guys go to my other videos, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and go watch those before you watch this one.